History doesn't always change through the clash of massive armies. Sometimes it shifts with the quiet footsteps of a carpenter. The 1st century AD, the world was under the iron fist of the most ruthless and organized power history had ever seen, the Roman Empire. Every road connected by Rome's will, every voice silenced by Rome's taxes. But in the sun-scorched soil of Judea, in a small town called Nazareth, something was taking root. A message emerging from a place no one cared about would shake not only Rome, but the 2,000 years that followed. Today, as at J.Chanel TV, we embark on a deep journey into history's greatest turning point. Those 33 years, Jerusalem in that era was a powder keg. On one side, Roman governor Pontius Pilate in his gold-leafed palace. On the other, religious scholars desperately guarding ancient law. The people were caught between two fires, crushing taxes and a deep spiritual hunger. To Rome, Judea was just a rebellious province to be kept in line. But to the people living on that land, the expectation of a Messiah, a ray of hope, had never burned brighter. And right in the heart of that chaos, along the shores of the Sea of Galilee, a voice began to rise. It wasn't raising a banner of rebellion against Rome, nor tearing down the old law. It was speaking of an entirely different kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. Jesus' message was nothing short of revolutionary. He turned the rigid hierarchy of his time upside down. Blessed are the pure in heart, he said. Blessed are the peacemakers. These words weren't just religious teaching, they were a social earthquake. Peter walked away from his fishing boat. Matthew left his tax collector's table. Anyone society had pushed to the margins found their place in that message. So why did Rome fear it? Because this message redirected loyalty not to the emperor, but to a higher authority. Love, forgiveness, turning the other cheek. These ideas were the greatest threat imaginable to an empire that ruled by the sword. As miracles spread from mouth to mouth, whispers began rising through Jerusalem's narrow streets. Could it really be him? And then that inevitable week arrived. A few days that took a king welcomed with palm branches and turned him into a condemned man the crowd screamed to crucify. History's most dramatic trial was convened. As Pilate washed his hands, the greatest injustice in human history was unfolding. But this was not an ending. It was, in truth, a beginning. On Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, when the sky went dark and the temple curtain tore in two, it wasn't just an era closing. Rome's sword may have ended a life, but the mark that life left behind was about to become sharper than any blade. When the sun rose on Sunday morning, that empty tomb would change the course of history, irreversibly and forever. The Roman Empire today is nothing but ruins. The palaces of the Caesars became museums where tourists wander. But the message of that carpenter who walked those dusty roads continues to echo in every corner of the world. Those 33 years that began 2,000 years ago still shape the lives of billions of people today. What do you think is the secret behind a message surviving this long? Share it with us in the comments. Our journey into the depths of history and faith will continue. Don't forget to subscribe to J.Chanel TV and like this video. See you in our next documentary.